this bigger world. Dance like you used to do when you were a boy or girl. Don't matter your location, anyone from any nation. I just wanna know. Will you dance with me? Dance with me. Can we take it slow? Take it slow. Catch a feeling, feeling. It's in the air. You can feel the groove. Let your body move. Make it go. Ra-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Feeling the sunshine on me. Feeling the music running through my veins. Feeling the rhythm pumping in my feet. Make you wanna go. Ra-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Will you dance with me? Dance with me. Can we take it slow? Take it slow. Catch a feeling, feeling. It's in the air. You can feel the groove. Let your body move. Make it go. Might sound a little bit crazy, but I don't care. All I wanna do is put my hands up in the air. Wind my waistline, bring it up, down, and round. If you could keep up, then we can get down. Can you feel it? Does the music make you feel alive? Does it make you wanna go? Will you dance with me? Dance with me. Can we take it slow? Take it slow. Catch a feeling, feeling. It's in the air. You can feel the groove. Let your body move. Make it go. Feeling the sunshine on me. Feeling the music running through my veins. Feeling the rhythm pumping in my feet. Make you wanna go. Get it on your feet and dance with me. Dirty wine, dirty wine. Let me see you. Dirty wine. Rock it down, rock it down. Rock it down. Do the one drop, do the one drop. Skip to my loo, let me see you do the one drop. Will you dance with me? Dance with me. Can we take it slow? Take it slow. Catch a feeling, feeling. It's in the air. You can feel the groove. Let your body move. Make it go. Ra-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
All right, that's exactly what we needed, you guys. All right. Yes, sorry. Today has been one of them days. I don't know. It's something about Monday. I know in past lives, I was like, I ain't going to say it's Monday, but this was a Monday. Okay. It was the Mondayest Monday of all Mondays.
It was giving very much Monday.
It was Monday.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, how's your day go? It's Monday.
It's Monday.
It's Monday, you guys. So hopefully Monday has been good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for tuning in. TikTok, y'all are coming in hot. Stay here. Trust me. It should be entertaining, but also educational. Again, make sure if you're not following us, go ahead and hit that little, button over there, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely it's going to take you to the page and you can get to see some of the things that we have been doing over the last year and some months. It's a month.
Because if you haven't been paying attention,
exactly,
you missed out on a lot of stuff.
Yes. We've been doing a lot of great things in the community. The community is coming to support. We have a lot of videos that's showing some of the things that we're doing. We also have our website, BrwnGrlzCollective.org. We, again, are a nonprofit, so make sure you check us out. So before we get into it, I want to thank Sadasia. She is a recording artist. That was her song that we just listened to called Make It Go Ra-po-pum. Ra-pa-pa-pum. Pum, so make sure you check her out. She's streaming everywhere. I kind of want to show us like a recap. I want to talk about last book club that we did, which was about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I know we weren't in action last week, but sisters needed a break.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Holidays coming up, went. We needed a break. So we were discussing the 1619 project. We actually had like a group setting. I have moved into actually going into live in-person book clubs once a month. So make sure you check out the next live in person, which I'm thinking I'm gearing towards the 28th.
Right.
So what yes, mother? I know, but you are. Yes, I it's right here. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so that could have waited. Okay, mother. Love you. Goodbye. Black people. So, anyways, so what was I saying? Oh, we do close the door. I love you. Thank you so much. We have to get our own space. Like your mom, like, what y'all doing in there?
Right.
We're on live.
Y'all on live?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes. What is this saying? What are we doing? What is it asking us to do?
I don't know why it wants
TikTok
right
be just on some things
to the left
sometimes.
or to the right.
We're gonna stick to Facebook and Instagram, right? So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we have moved to in-person lives. It's like the last Sunday of each month. We're gonna kind of stick to the second to last or the last Sunday. So I'm gonna play like a little brief clip of what it looked like. We had some great people that attended the book club. We had a lot of community organizers and leaders. Y'all didn't expect it.
Definitely a vibe.
Didn't expect it, but it was more than I expected. You know, God be good. God be showing up. God be God. Jesus, what is going on with this internet stuff or this technology?
Just kidding. Are you gonna turn it around so they can see it on TikTok?
Do TikTok need to see it? All right, so yeah, so I can kind of show y'all that you guys should be tuning in. Let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna nib rig it. Oh, baby, can I say that word?
I don't know.
I probably can, but you can't say other things. But
a lot of things you can't say anymore.
Girl, I want to say, where did it go?
It get hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer. The winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer. The winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer.
Yep, that's it. We are going to try to find where this stream key is on TikTok. If any of you people know, please drop in the comments.
Yes.
Because we really want to know how we can put this all on one little platform.
We were trying so hard.
We were trying so hard. That's why we were late. like we were literally like YouTube and Googling all of these things, trying to figure out how to find. Oh, let me push this back. Oh, some more. Push that back so you can actually see us and the picture of the black people up there.
Oh, y'all changed the picture. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to have the Renaissance look,
gotcha,
whatever. So we did have a great community book club. We discussed the 1619, the first half of the 1619, and I mean, we pretty much, in my opinion, didn't even have to come do the second part because I feel like a lot of the things that we talked about overall really went past the first 10 or the first 12 chapters. So we're just gonna kind of like hop into it. The first chapter that we're gonna discuss is chapter 10, right?
It's chapter 10.
Yeah, chapter 10.
Yeah, we did 1 through 9.
Yeah. And that's punishment. All I could think about was the movie Life, with Martin Payne. No, what was it?
Martin and Eddie
Murphy. Yeah. Like they talked about the severeness of punishment. And how it's lingered and how it has affected us and why it's still here in our community and how us as Black people are the main people in prison, which is not anything new to us. Bless you. Ooh, was it 3 times?
No, just 2.
Because 43 billion is that third. Sorry, that is my catchphrase.
Yes,
43 billion.
It is.
And at the end of the day got it in. Okay. Those are my 2 favorite. And I have a new one. So Tamaya, I'm gonna shout you out and hopefully you see the replay.
Somebody's
no, me and her had it was this TikTok and it was like, talking about the differences between women and men handling pain. Like men can't bleed 30 days, like how we bleed and can't pay. And so they were like, instead of saying man up, say woman up.
Yeah.
Woman up. Put your big girl draws on.
I've definitely heard that one before.
Exactly.
That's for real.
So they talked about imprisonment. They talked about how it affected us from the beginning, the severeness of punishment, and moving on to the future and how we are still being punished. They had the examples, which made me think of life, how the crimes, like one little boy was in prison for life for stealing a bicycle that he did not actually steal, but he was in jail for 50 years for stealing a bicycle. And the incarceration rate in which if a Black person commits a crime, it's going to be considered harsher. And it also goes back into the view and the psychology of how they view us as dangerous, we tend to be more violent and all these other stuff. And I'm like, we not the one chopping people off in 4 parts, putting them up on display. I don't understand how we are deemed more violent. We have always shown to be more passive. And I think the surge in violence only comes from the fact that when you don't have money and you're poor, you try to find means to make money, which for most people that do partake in violence are stealing, right? So, it talked about that. And I mean, I honestly, and for me in this book as a whole, I feel like it should be read on both sides, Black, white, in any other race of people should read this book to really truly understand, especially with what's going on today. I'm debating if the next book club is going to be based off of Project 2025. Even though it's not a book.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, yeah, because it's not a book.
It's not, but it's 920 pages.
That's
a book.
That is true, too.
And I think that is relevant
for
us to know what's going on and what the leaders that we're voting for are actually trying to do. Jabbar, who has been frequent as the last couple of months here with Brown Girls, has brought me into the world, and I'm very appreciative of that because I'm able to see more and hear more of what's going on. A lot of the laws that are being passed here in Colombia, the thing, I don't want to, I know, but I don't know, so I'm not going to act like I know, but I'm going to just act like I know what I know because I do, right? Here with Dominion Energy and the things that they're trying to do, and they have here over their monopoly, right? So here in the South Carolina, Dominion Energy is our only energy company. They're monopolized here. And I'm wondering, when are they going to put regulations on these things? Like, they're not regulated. They have no regulation. So they keep spiking and increasing. And then
you don't have no choice.
Then you have no choice but to pay it.
Yeah, because there's no other company.
Try to figure out how to turn wood into energy.
But that's just like a lot of different, like a lot of places have the same type of situation, right? So if they end up having to deal with that situation, it's the same because it's not just here in Colombia, it's in other states that have the same type of issue, even if it has to do with not even just electricity, it might just be able to get internet because at this point everybody needs internet, right? So some areas they can only get one company, so that company can keep changing the price as much as they want to, and there's really nothing you can do about it, or you can just not get internet, or you get, you don't have a choice but to have energy. You have to have energy. So
let me figure out how to turn water and energy over for you.
But it's just like a lot of other things, even small things that you may not even think are, like trash. Like trash can go up as much as they want to, or the sewage, because you're only going to have one person. There's only one company that goes around
and pick it up.
Picks up the trash.
I think these things need to have some type of regulation. I mean, everything, honestly, to me at this point needs to be regulated because inflation is high. Yeah. It's like I like when you go back and look 30 years ago, a damn burger was 15 cents. And now that burger is $15.
Yeah.
That is a huge increase. And then when you're comparing the price of living and what the government says is enough money for you to live, this little $14, it ain't enough. Even by your own calculations. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're telling me that I should be able to live off of $2,500 a month, rent 14, car, sell all of these things. What you want me to? I can't even afford ramen noodles. Oodles and noodles. I can't even. I can't get the oodles in the noodles.
Like, get the oodle or
I can't get the oodles or the noodles. Like, Chicken
yeah,
and shrimp.
I mean, it's definitely real. So I think we should definitely talk about it at some point, even if we don't do it the next book. I mean, it just because we got to figure out how we're going to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we decide to do that, for sure. Because I mean, there's a lot of things just like going back to the book, right? So as far as like, you know, us getting charged for, you know, more time for crimes and stuff like that. And I'm looking at us like we're criminals. It was always set up like that, right? So even after, because this was talked about in the book as well, like even after they gave them freedom, right? There was nothing for them to do but to still end up working for those people that let them be free. Because where else you gonna go? They don't have no land, they don't have nowhere to go. These people were, this is where they lived. Where I'm gonna go, you know? So I'm sure there are some people who figured something out or were able to, but think about all of the people that were here who could not find someplace else. It was just always like, I feel like an entrapment situation. Like it's all like there was no way out for anything. And I mean, I do believe that as time went on, things have gotten better, but there's still that residual, right? Because there's still things, they're still going by stuff as far as laws are concerned that were created centuries ago. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't even make any sense for those laws to even be valid, given the state that, you know, the country is in right now. It's completely different. It's not the same. So those laws and things need to be changed for everybody, because it's not just, you know, Black people, women in general. Like that whole thing is a whole nother situation, which was talked about in the book as well. But that was, we didn't really talk about it at the in-person.
Oh Lord. So yeah, I mean, because even with the book itself, talking about all the things that it talked about. I mean, they talked about, let me see, punishment, inheritance. This is what we're talking about today. Progress, justice, traffic, healthcare. I mean, some of music, like it's a lot of different things in our industry, in our community, that sometimes you won't even look at as some type of racist background, right? And so the book kind of like just pointed those things out. And again, I will emphasize that this book isn't just for Black people. It's for all people to kind of understand the certain history that is not being taught in schools, the certain history that we all need to understand so that we can move past it and actually create a community amongst everyone here in the United States. But again, you know, my whole thing is, and I keep telling everybody, this shit was founded by criminals. So criminals is running the show. That's why things is criminalized. So I mean, you know, the health and the mental health of the United States has to change. And I was like, shoot, I need some of these lives to get over to different countries, because I need them to understand that it's not, because the narrative that is being portrayed is not the true narrative of what's going on. Right. If the world, I want to believe when we had all the things that had transpired and the countries that came in to support Black lives, I wonder if, you know, damn, where was I going with that? You know, they came and rallied behind us before because they were like, yo, this is inhumane. So I wonder if they are looking and seeing what's going on now, like these people trying to reverse back to slavery, or slavery has not really left, right? It just came in a different form. Yeah. And so, you know, we need other countries to come behind and put fire behind the United States, like, hey, this ain't okay. But again, I also feel this is an experiment, but who am I but a little Black girl, Black woman in America?
I just don't see why it's so difficult to understand that just everybody just wants to be treated like they're human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand like why that's so difficult. Like, I don't understand why it's so hard for everybody to just want to be treated. Because it's not like we want to be treated better than them.
No, it's just
we just want to be treated fair. Like, just, you know, be fair.
And I look at it like this, you know, when we talk about this being a capitalist system, they look at, I don't even like, I get that they try to make it seem like white people are treated better, and we want to be white, and we want to this, that, and the other. But I also believe, when you understand the social security number, birth certificates, that from birth we are all owned by the corporation United States, and there's money. We are our own collateral. That's the part that I feel that is missed by all, is that, when they're looking, like, even when the slavery was abolished, and we're going to say, we just passed Juneteenth and we just had 4th of July. But when slavery was abolished, that, they found a way to still try to make money. Like when Abraham Lincoln had said, hey, you're going to get 40 acres and a mule, then his vice president came in and was like, nah, he dead.
Yeah, so we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
And I need it back.
And I need that back.
I need that
same
back.
military forces.
I let you borrow it for a little while, but I need it.
But the same military forces that came in to enforce the land had to come back and get your ass up off the land. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, I know we're skipping around because, all of this is discussed chapter by chapter, but I feel like it's still so much to be said. Like, I feel like I could have 4 book clubs about the 1619 Project, in the sense of I would honestly wish that I would have dedicated each chapter as a book club, because I feel like each chapter has its own, has a huge, like, everybody has something to say about each chapter. Like, that is like something huge.
Also, just so y'all are aware, because I know this is, the book is definitely better, just like everything, but they also do have it on Hulu. So if you have Hulu,
let me get that login.
Listening. Just go ahead and log, use that. If, the book thing ain't really your thing. It's shorter. It doesn't really go over everything because there's some things that are missing, but a lot of stuff in here is like poems and stuff like that too. So
specific dates.
Yeah, specific dates. A lot of stuff there's just some information missing, but still, because I did watch that too, still valuable information. Like, if just this ain't your thing, you would rather watch the Hulu version. Definitely,
reading is still fundamental.
Reading is fundamental. That's what I'm saying. The book, this is much better, much better. But if you have the time and you come across
I think we just hit punishment and inheritance, honestly, when we talked about the land and and I'm gonna just add this part so we can wrap up inheritance, right? We just did 2 chapters in one sitting, right? Inheritance, a lot of times why we're so behind is because we did not have the infrastructures, or we did not have the same things that the other counterpart had as far as land ownership, businesses. When Black people tried to do things, they took it, or they intimidated through fear, drownings, to so many different things, right? That kind of like knocked you back. But us being the people we are, we kept finding ways. I love the story of the Black guy who they had he had land, and the guy took his land, and he said, oh, okay, I'm gonna rent this land out, try to take that, right? And and he found another way to be successful, and then he decided to do a carrier service, started off with the mule, and was able to grow that way. We're going to always find a way to survive, and I love that for us, but I also feel like we shouldn't necessarily. But then again, I feel like when you, like a cat in a corner, when you have to figure something out, that's when you become most creative or dangerous. So I don't really,
it's not a bad thing, but at the end of the day, a lot of times it doesn't really help. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing that would help is just for everybody to have what's rightfully theirs. Again, just to be fair. You know what I'm saying? If you promise something, do it. I feel like we may have to work a little bit harder than others to do things or to get things done because of our color. And like you said, those other, the other people did not have that issue, right? So again, it just comes to me, it's just down to being fair. Like, I don't think that it does help us be stronger people, but why do we have to be stronger people? You know what I'm saying?
And that goes, and that moves
like,
into,
why do I have to be this way?
And I want to say that in you saying that kind of moved to chapter 12 and 15, medicine and healthcare, right? The studies that were done on Black people, about Black people, or the things that were just erroneously said and believed in the healthcare system. We have tougher skin, our nerve endings are shorter, so we don't feel pain. We have a higher pain tolerance. Like all of these things, which now reflect as to why we have the highest death rate. And I love the fact that they brought in COVID. I loved it because they talked about the breathing. We're like, and that even goes into traffic, right? Which is chapter 16, when they talked about how, certain areas, like for instance, like let's say we'll use Chicago, and I can say this for a fact. Chicago, most of the poor areas, and we'll say poor areas now, are because they built highways over people's houses, and they directed traffic a certain way. So now you're living in a house where you have fucking sirens and cars driving over you. Like, I stayed at an Airbnb, and I was pissed because nobody in the Airbnb that stayed there talked about that. And I'm a very light sleeper, and all I could think about is something happening in the bridge collapsing, and it's on my head. I could not go to sleep. But at the end of the day, you have to, you're making certain people live through that. And it's decreasing the property value, and it's making it harder for this area to even develop the way they want to, unless they have soundproof walls, which then again, that costs, so unless you have the money to be able to soundproof your home, fortitude your home, just in case that shit drop, it's like a metal wall, you can't.
I don't think a metal ceiling.
I mean, you have, I'm just saying something to protect you or whatever, but I just feel like, there's so much that we don't look at, like, and going back into the healthcare system, when them talking about COVID, they were talking about, being in areas that are generally, the air quality isn't that great, right? When you don't have great air quality, then it causes issues. I know we all remember Aaron Brockovich, and the things that had transpired, and how it was killing people, and causing all these things and cancers and stuff like that, and the pollution and all that. They're generally in poor areas, and that's not even just Black areas, poor white areas too. And Black people had the highest rate of COVID and the highest deaths, right? I was very afraid of family members who were, older or had health issues that had COVID. Even my mom. Luckily, my mom stayed with me. I don't play. She could not sit down. She could not stay sick. She was forced to drink tea. She was forced to eat because she has so many underlying issues. Not to put my mom's business out there, but just to say that, if she didn't, just the fact that she wouldn't eat or couldn't eat could cause so many issues. That's not just generally COVID related, it's health related.
Right.
And going in a hospital, and I know they had used an example of this Black woman who was a nurse who had, was one of the, first few nurses. And when it came to her having COVID, and she was, all the things that she had transpired, had to deal with. And then I think they said her last live, she said, this is how Black people die in hospitals, because they're not being tended or taken care of. They're told that you don't need this medicine because it's pain medicine and you have a higher pain tolerance. Even, my sister
we have the highest rate in maternal deaths.
Yeah, and I was in my sister who pretty much died on the table because, and all the things that they did, they cut her without giving her anesthesia, just a whole bunch of bullshit, right? And they do that, and she ended up dying 2 weeks later. Her last live literally just said, this is how Black people die, and she died from something that she shouldn't really have died from. No underlying issue. She just had, COVID. And she said, hey, I'm a nurse, you could give me this. And the doctor's like, no, I don't believe I should do that. And she ended up dying. Like, I really
because they legit think that we are like some type of superhuman or something. Like, we are regular, like y'all. Like, I mean, our skin might look a little bit better, but I mean, we still all have the same thing. If I need blood, I can get it from a white person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be a black person. We are not. You can, but you can. Though.
Yeah, okay. But I'm just saying.
Is my point. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a life or death situation, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, we again just want to be treated fairly.
We just want a chance to live.
Right? That's all.
I mean, and they talked about the Tuskegee experiment and all these other things that we, like Henrietta Leaks. I mean, all the things that they do, and the things that they say. It's disheartening. Because in today's advancement, like we can study these things on dead cadavers. You don't have to wait till somebody died to know. Oh, this skin is an inch thick. And this skin is an inch thick.
What's crazy is the fact that I believe they actually teach this to people.
They still, no, that's what they were saying. They teach this.
There was even a black doctor, black female, what does she do? She delivers babies.
Gynecologist.
I don't know if she was a gynecologist. But anyways, this was her profession. OBGYN. Yeah. Yes. And she had made a statement. Now she retracted, of course, but she's pretty famous. I ain't gonna say no names because I ain't trying to start no mess. I'm just saying this to prove a point. She said that I honestly can't even remember her name, but she's on like one of those reality shows. That like in an interview with somebody else, she was like, that we need to stop going to the doctor and acting like and trying to get days off instead. And you know what I'm saying? Like trying to come up, like we go into the doctor. If we say we're in pain, we're making it up because we just trying to get some days off.
Now, some people do that, but the fact of the matter is,
it don't matter.
That's the point. I know it don't matter. But I will say this though: in other countries,
white people do that too.
Yes, but in other countries, they get, if they're sick, they're sick. They still get paid. They don't have to accumulate hours.
And that ain't none of your business.
They don't have to do all these things. And we only get a month out of a year, and that includes sick days, leave, paid PT, like all of that. Like it's only a month out of the year that you want me to work. You trained us in school, we at least got the summer off, and we had fall break and spring break.
Ma'am, you still gonna get paid. Why are you worried about me going to work?
Exactly. Like,
you still gonna get your check. Mm-hmm. Just make you worry about you, and I'm gonna worry about me. You gonna give me this day off and mind your business. That's my point.
Write it up,
cause please, and give me my slip so I can go
for real.
Because sometimes those women really are in pain. Like you can't tell me that I'm not in pain. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, even if I'm not, it's none of your business. Mm-hmm. Are you still going to get paid for my visit? Yes.
Because that's what health insurance for. I'm saying I got a whole bunch of issues with a lot of things, right? Auto insurance, health insurance. Why do I got to pay a co-pay for something that I've been paying for? Like, I digress because I can go down a rabbit hole. But like even going back to traffic, and I know I talked briefly about that, but the rerouting, and they talked about Atlanta, and why traffic is 4 hours. The way that the systems and the commissions work to route traffic. They choose certain directions and routes just to kind of keep us in our place. And they use that example. Progress, justice, and pretty much wrapping it up or whatever. And they talked about progress and Barack Obama and the things that he pushed, and the justice system and how it which goes back to, in my opinion, punishment. But a lot of the things kind of related to each other, and in the book it just made you look at all these little pieces and put it together as one big puzzle to realize slavery has not left. It just changed its form. There's this sense of freedom, but is there this true freedom? And I'm looking at Alexa keep lighting up. Like, what did you lighten up for? You recording our conversation?
You said her name.
No, she's lighting up as we are discussing, what's going on.
Oh.
See, that's why my Alexa is unplugged. I only plug that in when I'm trying to play music. Oh. That's it. But
mine be plugged there, but I don't ever really use it. Oh. Hey girl.
Who? What happened?
I just seen it light up. I didn't see it before.
Oh, I just saw something move on here. No. But yeah, so I mean, in all, I really do again emphasize that everybody should read this. I feel like this should be part of the book school curriculum. I feel like this is a part of history and ongoing history that is constantly repeating itself, that can be done. Like, there is no real reason for any of these things. I mean, we as a Black economy, we are the biggest consumers. There's a lot of things that we should do in our communities. Education is one of them. Like the laws, the understanding. And I mean, I really want to emphasize that you guys should definitely check out the last live, because we really discussed a lot. And again, we had some really big people in the room, and they had a lot to say. And from their experience, we had a Black Panther.
You did have a Black Panther in the room, for real. A real live Black Panther. If you ain't never met one.
Yeah, not like the ones that go R, but the ones that went huh?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, when we say we had a real life,
I know y'all ain't think we was talking about a real Panther.
But in the dissemination of education, I'm pretty sure some people might not know there is an animal and there was an organization, right? We're talking about the organization. So we just gonna let you know. I know. Anyway, so yes, again, make sure y'all check out the last live. I know we did a very quick recap of the book, because I mean, it's so much that we can get in and talk about that we would be on this live for like 5 days. So again, make sure you check out the book. It's available on Audible. If you can't sit down and actually read the book, where is the actual copy of the book? But the book, they have like the glossary or the what is it called?
I don't know what's somewhere.
Oh, it made me want to go find the book in the house. I know it's somewhere. Usually it was over there, but and it has so many different things that you can research, look up, and understand. And then, like one of the participants in the last book club, brought that to our attention, that there's more information that's in the book, that in the back of the book, that can break down a lot of the things that we're talking about, specific laws, specific things that transpired and took place during times and the time frames which have been highlighted in the book. Let us know what you think about it after you read it. If you decide to have a book club, let us know. We can hop on and discuss it with you. Again, next week we'll be reading another book. We're going to also put in on social media. We're gonna figure out the book we're going to do for community book club. Again, I'm leaning on Project 2025, and that's only because it's related to what's going on. It's really what's happening right now. It is about laws that might be changing and taking place if a certain person is elected. And so we just need to stay vigilant. We need to stay educated, and we need to know what is going on. I mean, because we can keep our eyes shut and keep our head down, but that's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything for us positively. So we need to become more active in our community and knowledgeable about the things that are going on. And I bring that back because I had brought Dominion up and I didn't finish. The reason I brought that up was because with Dominion, like, they have over 700,000 people, but they only sent out 14,000 pamphlets to let people know what was going on.
Oh, about the increase
and all that stuff. Like, how and why. If you have, like, it's like, that's not even 10%. That's like 6% of your consumers that you're educating. And who are these 6% that you're educating?
And you know what's crazy? I don't even really think, like, as long as you, like, you don't even have to pay those bills in full. But you do have to pay something. So, like, people are, like, literally in debt in there, like, like their energy bills, like $1,000 in debt, maybe even more possibly, because they'll keep it on, but they're gonna keep taxing on every month. That's crazy to me.
They gas need to be regulated. Everything needs to be regulated, in my opinion, because again, I'm going to emphasize, and y'all go look it up yourselves to see what the government says that you should survive off of in each state. Like South Carolina is crazy. I'm like, really, 20?
Yeah, get you some solar panels,
and then you still got to pay on them solar panels for 20, 25, 30 years. Like it just before you
be cheaper than fucking paying what you probably paying.
Y'all,
just saying, they'll save you a couple dollars every month. Know that.
Look, a large coffee at Starbucks. Anyway,
at this point, I'll take it.
All right, y'all. If y'all can't tell, this stuff is stressing me out a little bit. Like for real, And if y'all ain't stressed out, I mean, I don't know what to say. Tell me what y'all doing.
I can't stress myself out about that.
I mean, I can, in the fact that it's affecting me.
I mean, it does, but all we can do is what we do. And then,
But we need to do more. We need to educate ourselves, show up to these things, speak as a public. No, you're not about to do that. And keep trying to find out as much information and connecting with people who have the information that can teach you how to continuously find the information. I mean, Google, I don't even know how to say how I feel about Google at this point. It shows what it want to show. The AI generates stuff now. Like you can go to Google and the AI gonna generate it. So I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know. The computer's telling me what it wanted to tell me.
Somebody posted something about somebody beating up a robot, and look at how strong the robots are becoming. I'm like, what fucking robots? This is AI.
But you know what?
And you got people believing a lot of this shit that be posted on these
all these movies,
social media platforms. But you can tell it was AI. It wasn't real. It was not real. It's just heck, AI might even generated it. Exactly.
But anyways,
that's my point.
You guys, I appreciate you guys for hopping on. Again, make sure to check out our lives, our past lives. Make sure to check out our pages. We're Brown Girls ENT, pretty much on everything. Or Brown Girls Collective, BrwnGrlz ENT or Collective. Our website again is BrwnGrlzCollective.org. Make sure you check it out. If you're part of any community events or you're community organizer, community leader, make sure you reach out to us. We are really willing to converse and have a conversation about the things that we can do in our community. We're really truly active out here, and we are wanting to connect with people that are seriously active in the community. Again, make sure to check out our last live. I promise you it is worth it, right? So I hope you guys enjoy your Monday. Like I said, Monday is almost about to be Tuesday, thank God. And we'll see you next time. And make sure when it comes down to the videos, y'all vote on what book we gonna read.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right.
See ya. I got a piece so bad.
And we still on Instagram.